I'm Sandy, and I'm a Canadian, eh?
I'm Tim, and I'm a Canadian too. Actually, I was born in the UK, but I grew up in Canada. And now I've got a green card and I'm living in the United States.
And we're Team Canada!
Sandy and I have known each other since 1971. We lived next door to one another, but we kind of lost touch in 1994 when I moved off to Toronto.
Since then, we've lived two completely different lives. I married an amazing woman and have 3 great kids.
I married an amazing woman as well, but I've got a golden retriever.
We were able to reconnect through social media over 2 years ago. However, we have a 15-year gap in our relationship that we know nothing about. And we're hoping the Amazing Race will give us that opportunity to reconnect.
I'm a landscape photographer, and fortunately, I've been able to travel to 5 different continents to photograph. So I've got lots of travel experience.
My last travel experience was a 15-day, 7,000-kilometer trip from Canada to Disneyland and back. Now, being trapped in a locked minivan with 3 screaming kids for over 50 hours, that's what I call extreme traveling.
There isn't much we wouldn't do. Between us, we've scaled mountains, have over 200 skydives, 50 scuba dives, we've whitewater rafted, hey, and we've even eaten at McDonald's.
We know most Americans think Canadians are perpetually polite, pastry-popping pushovers. Of course that's true when we compete for trophies or medals because those don't pay the bills. When we're competing for cash, however, that's when the ruthless side comes out. After all, our free healthcare system is awfully expensive to fund.
Plus, you'll know we'll have the support of the entire country behind us.
Now we can say that because The Amazing Race is consistently one of the highest rated television programs in Canada each week when it's on, pulling in an average of 7 to 8% of the entire Canadian population.
Now, you know Canada and the US have always had a friendly rivalry. Take the US and Canada gold medal hockey showdown in the 2010 Winter Olympics, where 75% of Canadians were watching that game.
So aside from the huge viewership and support from your neighbors to the north, why let Team Canada into the Amazing Race?
We did an exhaustive search, a comparison of Canadian entrance requirements and US entrance requirements for all of the 80 countries that the Amazing Race has been to. And you'll see here in Canada's column, the ones that are green are ones where Canada's passport was actually processed easier, meaning that it was less money or you could stay longer than a US passport. So at least the paperwork goes, it's even easier than the US. Now if you think that that's going to give us an unfair advantage because we're going to process through customs faster, we're willing to wait until the first US team clears through customs before we continue on the race. There's no advantage.
Even though we're Canucks, we'll be happy to abide by the same laws as other players during the race. As for prizes awarded, and you know that we'll earn our fair share of them, we will comply with the delivery and tax laws of each country as they apply.
Because we're not a couple of Richard Hatches here.
So come on guys, after almost 20 seasons of The Amazing Race and huge support from your neighbors to the north, it's time to let Team Canada invade this race.
That's right. I'll even bring the beer and the back bacon, eh?